We are witnessing history as we have multiple updates for the Colorado Avalanche surrounding players on the roster that have huge implications for this team, the coaching staff, the fan base, and everybody that is involved in this organization as we look forward into the remainder of how far the Avs can get in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs, as well as all the way out to the next regular season of the NHL. We're going to break down all the latest news in the world of Colorado Avalanche hockey and how this groundbreaking information that we have learned today plays the role in the team and everybody else involved in the Avs organization. Thanks for joining us today on Avalanche Digest here from Digest Media. Before we get into today's video and break down all the latest in the world of Avs hockey, I want to remind you to make sure that you're subscribed to Avs Digest. The channel's at 87 subscribers right now, trying to get to that 100 subscriber mark, only 13 away. So please make sure that you are subscribed. If you're watching this video right now, if you're tuning in for the first time, you do not want to miss any of the videos that we're producing here on Avalanche Digest. It is your one-stop shop, your number one daily source for Colorado Avalanche news and updates and everything going on in the world of Avs hockey. So please, if you aren't, exit out of this video, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you're locked in to all the videos and all the content that we're pumping out here on Avs Digest. Another very notable reminder, something we want to share with you guys as well, is Avs Digest is now available on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. So if you want to listen on the go, just listen to the audio of everything that we're talking about here as far as Colorado Avalanche hockey and news goes. You can now do that on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So please go check us out on those platforms as well. Give us a follow, give us a like. We really appreciate the support in whatever way you are able to support us. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit up the Spotify as well as the Apple Podcasts. Let's break down the big news that dropped surrounding the Colorado Avalanche today, and that is the James Norris Memorial Trophy honorees were announced, and Cale Makar, the electric defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche, has been nominated to be the 2025 James Norris Memorial Trophy recipient. That is alongside Quinn Hughes, the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, as well as Zach Werenski from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And what we're going to do today is we are going to put these three players next to each other as far as comparing statistics and play throughout the season go, and talk about how they stack up amongst one another as far as who has the strongest chance at actually taking home the Norris Trophy at the end of the playoffs at the NHL Awards ceremony this calendar year. So we take a look at Cale Makar's stats to start off. A reminder that these are regular season stats, and any playoff games that these players potentially were playing do not play a role in these nominations and the award winning. It wouldn't matter for Quinn Hughes or Zach Werenski because the both of them are not playing in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. But regardless, worth mentioning that these stats and the nominations are strictly regular season play. So Cale Makar, insane season as far as a defenseman goes. 80 games, 30 goals, 62 assists for 92 points. Just 8 points off the 100 mark. An amazing season for the defenseman out of University of Massachusetts. The big number there that we're looking at is the 30 goals. We know that the last time a defenseman scored 30 goals in a season was 2008. It's been a long time since we've seen a defenseman in the modern hockey era produce as much offense as someone like Cale Makar does. He has such a unique style of play. He plays so well up at the blue line, does so well on the forecheck. But when we're on the power play, when the Avs are trying to generate offense and sort of get their depth moving in the offensive zone, Cale Makar does such a good job on that far side circle, creeping in with a right side shot and just sniping goals. He shoots so well from the top of the offensive zone near the blue line, and he is an amazing goal scorer and just an all-around really, really strong player, and has had an amazing season. Obviously, the assists as well. 62 assists. He was a difference maker in 62 goals this season for the Colorado Avalanche, as well as the 30 that he scored himself. But the point being there is that he was able to make strong plays and do really well with his passing on 62 goals that the Avs scored this year. So safe to say, Cale Makar had an absolutely amazing season and is definitely a strong candidate for this year's Norris Trophy. Take a look at Quinn Hughes, the captain for the Vancouver Canucks, the defenseman. Won't spend as much time on these other two players because obviously the main focus, talking about the Colorado Avalanche nominee as opposed to who he stacks up against. But still, we want to touch on him a little bit. Quinn Hughes, 68 games, 16 goals, 60 apples for 76 points. Obviously, Quinn Hughes recognized as one of the best defensemen in the league. Not as much of an offensive defenseman, but he was able to tally 60 assists, 192 shots for Hughes, 97 giveaways, 25 takeaways, and a 2± at the end of the season. So a strong season for Quinn Hughes, and I know that the debate all season, it was around kind of who is better out of these two defensemen. Is it Quinn Hughes? Is it Cale Makar? And I think there's a lot of different arguments to be made as to why one could be better than the other. But overall, Cale Makar is a very strong all-around player, and he's not only able to do a really strong job on the back check, on the forecheck, on the defensive side of things for the Avs, but boy, does he know how to generate offense, which is what makes him so unique as a player. Zach Werenski, the third nominee for the Norris Memorial Trophy in this 2025 NHL season. 81 games played, almost played all 82. Hats off to that. 23 goals, 59 assists for 82 points. Another impressive season for Werenski out of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The 23 goals, very strong. Only 7 away from tying Cale Makar for that record. First defenseman to score 30 goals since 2008. But 59 assists. Obviously, a very strong number as well. So, I mean, in sum, all of these defensemen definitely have a really strong shot at finding themselves holding this trophy and winning this award at the end of the season. But Cale Makar, back-to-back nominations for the Norris Memorial Trophy. Last season, Quinn Hughes is the winner of the trophy. I think Cale Makar has a genuinely strong shot at winning that trophy this year. He's had a breakout season. He was a standout defenseman for the Avs this year. And I'm very confident that he will be able to hoist the James Norris Memorial Trophy at the end of the playoffs when the award ceremony takes place and win his second Norris Trophy of his career. Another huge piece of news that actually broke this morning on April 30th, the Ted Lindsay Award nominees were released, and not one, but 2 players from the Colorado Avalanche roster were nominated for the Ted Lindsay Award. Cale Makar and Nathan MacKinnon, both nominated to win the Ted Lindsay Award. A reminder that the Ted Lindsay Award is awarded to It's voted by the NHL players. It's voted by the NHLPA. The Ted Lindsay Award essentially goes to the MVP of the league, whoever the best player all around in the league is, but it is according to the players. The Hart Memorial Trophy is the MVP of the league, which is voted by the media and the people that are in charge of the award ceremony and cast those votes. But the Ted Lindsay Award, obviously decided by the players. So really awesome to see 2 guys from Colorado, 2 of those starting 5, Cale Makar and Nathan MacKinnon, sitting at that spot, which is amazing. They stand alongside Nikita Kucherov, who also receives a back-to-back Ted Lindsay Award winner. And we remember, too, that Nathan MacKinnon is the recipient of the Ted Lindsay Award last season. Take a quick look at McKinnon's stats this season. 79 games played, 32 goals, 84 assists for a 116 points. He was second in the league in points at the end of the season. Another absolutely electric season for Nathan MacKinnon. He's an assist machine. Obviously, 32 goals is nothing to brush over. A really strong goal scorer in Nathan MacKinnon, but the assists is really where he thrives as a player. He is such a difference maker as far as offensive strategy goes for the Colorado Avalanche. So to see him back up on the board again for the Ted Lindsay Award is well deserving and very exciting for the Colorado Avalanche. We'll quickly touch on Cale Makar again, but we already looked at his stats. We don't need to spend too much time on it. As we've talked about already, 80 games played, 30 goals, 62 assists. The 30 goals is just, we could touch on it over and over again. For a defenseman to be the first to do that since 2008 and to be 2 goals shy of the best player on this Colorado Avalanche team by far in Nathan MacKinnon, it is just unreal. It's clear how much of an offensive defenseman he is. He is a phenomenal player and will probably go down as one of the best defensemen to ever play the game in the modern era. So obviously amazing that he is able to get that 30 goal mark. And I think that played a huge role in why he was able to find himself as a nominee for this award. And we'll touch one more time on the last person to be nominated for this award, which is Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov, obviously an assist machine himself. He led the league in points right in front of Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon was ahead of him for the majority of the season, but Kucherov pulled ahead at the end of the year. 78 games played, 37 goals, and 84 assists. Kucherov is just one of those all-around players who is unstoppable on the ice and just knows exactly what to do and when to do it, and is a huge asset as to why the Lightning are one of the strongest teams in the Eastern Conference. As we know, the Lightning went on a Cinderella run a few years ago, back-to-back Stanley Cup playoff championships, taking home Lord Stanley to Tampa, Florida 2 years in a row in 2020, 2021, and then going to the Cup again in 2022. 3 straight years of attending the Stanley Cup final. But of course, none other than the Colorado Avalanche brought home Lord Stanley at the end of the reign of terror for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But the point being is that Nikita Kucherov is an offensive machine, does very well playing for this Lightning team, contributes to how deep they are and how big and strong of a team that they are during the season. So obviously very deserving for Kucherov to be nominated for this award once again as well. Another very awesome and interesting stat that we can take a look at regarding the Ted Lindsay Award is that Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar being named finalists for the Ted Lindsay Award marks the first time the award was renamed in 2010 that the two teammates, have earned the honor in the same year. So definitely awesome that the odds are very much in the favor of the Avs in general to have the Ted Lindsay Award come back to this team in back-to-back years. It would either be Nathan MacKinnon or Cale Makar. Makar actually said in a press conference this morning he was honored to get the award, but he by far, no matter what, thinks that MacKinnon should be the one to take it home for back-to-back years. But nonetheless, amazing to see these top roster players who play such a pivotal role in how strong this Colorado Avalanche team is during the regular season get nominated for these awards and continue to receive the recognition that they absolutely deserve for being top players in the National Hockey League. So a big congratulations to Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar for receiving nominations for these awards. And after the Stanley Cup playoffs, when the award ceremony comes, we will see who takes home the trophies and if the Colorado Avalanche are bringing home some more national awards in their top tier players.